Okay, so I guess now everything is like properly visible and audible. Let me just turn on the screen share also. Okay, so can anyone confirm, is the screen also visible? Is my webcam also visible and audio is properly coming or not? Yes or no? Yes or no? Everything is fine. Okay. How is the Josh? How is the Josh? Hi. So I can see some of the familiar names and some of the names are new. Okay. So before starting, like actually today we will be discussing about the topic of how to basically master the data structures and algorithms, the roadmap to master the data structures and algorithms. And even before starting this topic, I want to ask that what is your educational background, or what is your, you can say, the topics or the stream which you have chosen till now? Can anyone write in the chat like which course are you pursuing? Maybe BTech, maybe MCA, BCA, maybe BSc, MSc. Which kind of course are you pursuing? And you are in which year? Okay, so I can see BTech, I can see MSc, I can see BSc also. I can see BCA, MCA. BE and BTech is almost the same thing. So there is no difference actually in BE and BTech. Okay. So some of you are in second year, some of you are in third year. Anyone who is passed out? Anyone who is passed out? Yes. Anyone who is a working professional, maybe working in a service-based company like Infosys, TCS. Okay, great. So we have all types of students. TCS Ninja student. Okay, great. Like TCS Ninja working professional. Okay, okay. MC. So like might be some of you already know the basics of what is data structures and what are algorithms. Can anyone try to define what do you think data structure is? What do you think algorithm is according to you? Like it might be completely wrong, it might be completely correct. Maybe you can try in the chat. What do you think is data structures, or what do you think is algorithms? Or if you think DSA is one and the same thing, then what is it? Storing data in a structured manner. Okay, very good. Container for storing data of different data types, storing data. Okay. Data structures, way of storing data. Okay. Performing tasks. Okay. Algorithm is a step-by-step process to solve a problem. Yes. Data structure is a way of organizing data in a structural format in a computer. Okay. Perfect way of solving any problem. Perfect way. Like you will be always able to perfectly solve the problem. Okay. Maybe organizing data to perform operations effectively and efficiently. Okay. So like before discussing the definition of data structures and algorithms and how we are going to basically use them to crack any kind of product based companies or any kind of, you can say, the top tech giants, like the companies which are written in the, you can say, the banner, that is FAANG companies, which you say, that is Facebook, Apple, Amazon, Netflix, and Google. And not only these companies, you can crack any of the product based company if you know, if you have mastered the skill of data structures and algorithms. So before discussing the topic, let me just introduce myself. My name is Archit Agarwal. I am a software development engineer, SDE, at Salesforce. I am associated with Geekster with almost like 1 year from now. So I joined Geekster last year, and till then, like I have taught around 3,000 plus students here at Geekster, and also I was associated with various edtechs before Geekster also. So I have taught like almost all types of students, whether they are working professionals, whether they are the college students who are just coming into the college like in first year or second year, or who are just about to pass out from the college year. So I know the mentality of every kind of student. Like those who are about to pass out from the college, they have a quite bit of tension that they have to grab a like a placement or any kind of company, so that they have a job after the, you can say, after the college. And those who are working, they might be feeling some kind of work pressure, they might be feeling that their day is not getting utilized. Am I correct? Am I correct in this? Those who are working, they might be feeling that they are not able to utilize their complete day properly. And those who are just about to pass out, they are feeling that they have not done the complete justice to their 3 years or 4 years of college. Yes. So obviously, like if you are feeling that you have not done the justice properly to your starting 3 years, starting 2 years, starting 4 years, or maybe in the entire college you have not given much of a time to coding, then I think it is never too late to start data structures and algorithms. And why specifically I'm saying data structures and algorithms? Because in today's scenario, like in almost all of the product based companies, the first few rounds, like you can say almost, if there will be 4 rounds of interviews or 4 rounds of technical coding round plus interviews, majorly 90% of the rounds will be based on data structures and algorithms. And it is not just for the freshers, it is not just you are having a 0 years of experience, then only you will be facing the data structures and algorithms. You will face DSA even if you are like experienced of 1 year, even if you are having a work experience of maybe 2 years or 3 years also. So it is not like bound that you will not be required the solving the problem solving of DSA if you are a fresher. No, you will require DSA in, you can say, at least in the technical interviews, even if you are having experience of more than 2 years, more than 3 years also. So DSA kahin nahi jane wala hai. Like you will not be able to clear at least the coding rounds and the interviews to basically go into a company. Obviously, you can get a referral using your development skills. You can get a maybe good working experience based on any kind of web development framework or maybe the mobile development framework. But DSA is very, very important. If you are not having the problem solving, if you have not done like at least good amount of problems on various portals, like we will be discussing some of the portals in this session, so you are not basically 100% prepared for your interviews. अगर आपने कर रखा है DSA, so obviously you can clear the interviews and you can go and do the development. But if you have not done the DSA, then the first step is clearing the interviews. And if you are not able to clear the interviews, how can you go and do the development? So those who think that they will be doing only the development part, मतलब कुछ लोगों के दिमाग में आता है, those who think that if I can only do development, will I be able to crack the company? Will I be able to crack any kind of product based company? Like it will be possible. I'm not saying completely not possible, but it will be very, very hard. And the percentage of clearing by such a roadmap, by clearing such a path, will be very, very less. So is this point clear? Like why we require DSA? Why we need DSA? What is DSA? We will cover that also, but why we need DSA? To cover, to clear your product based companies interviews, both the coding rounds as well as the, you can say, the interviews. So not only the interviews, the coding round, which is the online assessment, the online coding test, which will be organized, will also contain 2 problems, 3 problems, 4 problems based on specifically DSA. Like there might be some other questions based on core subjects, but majorly you can say if you are able to solve the DSA problems, you will be uh, like good to go to the next round. So that's the main importance. And if you are not able to clear the interviews, then already told that how can you join the company? So given that we need a DSA to clear any interview, what is data structures or what is algorithms? Like most of you were correct in the definition that data structure is nothing but a type of, you can say, container, a type of storage which you provide to store similar kind of data or maybe different kind of data so that we can perform some operations. Maybe if I am giving an example of a college database, like I want to store the students data, like all the students. Today I want to like sort the students based on the roll number. So maybe you can say I can perform like I can make an Excel sheet, I can make a Google sheet, and I will be able to store all the data. Today you are good to go. But on some other day, if you want to sort all the data on the basis of maybe some other items, on the basis of maybe some ranks, like you are scoring this much CGPA, this much CGPA. So will you be easily able to do all the processing of the data if you are just making some files, like just making some Excel files or maybe some simple file storage system? Will it be easy enough or will it be difficult? What do you think? What do you think? If I am only making Excel files, if I'm only making Google Sheets, will it be easy to sort on different types of, you can say, data? Not only sort, you can maybe search some items, like you might have to search the students who are having the top rank so that you can give some scholarships or you can award some placement opportunities. So obviously it will be very difficult just on the basis of Excel sheet. Like it will be very difficult to maintain Excel sheet of 10,000 students, 20,000 students, 30,000 students. But if you are shifting towards the basically programming language, if you are storing the data in any form of a data structure, maybe arrays, maybe strings, like all these are types of data structures, maybe some sort of a hash map or something, then it will be easier to process the data. So data structures is not just storing the data, but it is also retrieval of data based on some queries. So you do not just store the data and say, yes, I am done with the data. Obviously, you will perform some operations. How, like if I take an example of Amazon. So what do you think? Will Amazon just store the all the products data? Like they are having products of healthcare, they are having products of maybe the, you can say, the tech, or maybe the products related to mobile and laptop. Will they just store the data and display it to the users, or will they produce some useful output also based on the data? Like maybe this user is only looking for mobiles, like the latest mobiles in the category of 10,000 to 15,000. So I will show him or her only the products related to it. I will show personalized marketing. Yes or no? Will they be having some recommendation systems also? Will they be having some machine learning algorithms also based on that data, so that you are more, you can say, interested in the types of products which they are listing? So it is not just storing the data, it is also retrieval of data, and based on that retrieval of data, there will be a lot of algorithms. So what are algorithms? These are operations, these are instructions which you perform on data. And given the data, you are performing various kind of instructions. The set of instructions is known as algorithms. So maybe you are performing searching algorithm, maybe you are performing sorting algorithm, you are sorting the data based on the prices, you are sorting the data based on ranks, you are sorting the data based on roll numbers. So these are algorithms only. Maybe you are searching, like if I take an example of a dictionary, if I open a dictionary, if I ask you, please give me the meaning of master or maybe crack. So how will you search the meaning of crack in the dictionary, like English to Hindi dictionary? How will you search the meaning? There might be a one way that you are just like maybe you can say page number one, you are searching on page number one, then going to page number two, going to page number three. Will it be a good approach? Will it be a good approach to linearly search the dictionary to find the meaning of crack? Obviously not. What will be a better approach? The better approach can be directly skip all the A's, skip all the B's, and directly go to C. Yes or no? Crack will be starting with C letter. Then again, skip the CA, skip the CB, directly go to CR. So this is a better optimization. This is known as jump search. Or one other mechanism can be, maybe you open the book at the half, like almost in the half. You say that, oh, it was not C, it is maybe you can say M. So if I am standing at M in the dictionary, where should I go? Should I go in the left in the dictionary, or should I go in the right side in the dictionary? If I want to search for crack, I should go in the left. Then maybe if you go in the left, maybe you are able to open B, like the pages with words having B in the first, you can say, letter. So where should you go now? You should go in the right side now. Yes. So this is a binary search algorithm. So these are different algorithms. You will try to optimize the algorithm so that it is fast, so that it is taking less space. So optimizations on algorithms will be done using time complexity analysis, using space complexity analysis. And using those analysis, we will be able to produce some optimizations. You will be able to produce the most optimized algorithm. So like in general, in interviews, you will not be only asked about the data structure, just implement the data structure or just write the code of a data structure. You will also be asked of how you are going to apply that data structure in the most optimized manner. Is this thing clear? Is this thing clear? That we do not have to just learn or cram the things. सिर्फ रटना नहीं है हमें. We do not have to just cram all the data structures like JEE के time पे जो करते थे. We have to also go in detail that why it is working in this much time, and can I produce a code? Can I write a code which will take lesser time, which will take lesser space? So these are the things which we generally learn in data structures and algorithms. This is the first aspect, that is the time and space complexity. What is the other aspects? और क्या करते हैं हम? Like generally when we write any kind of website, मतलब आपने तो लिखी नहीं होगी, but whenever we create any website, what do you think? Should it look good? Yes or no? Should it look good? अच्छी लगनी चाहिए, UI अच्छा होना चाहिए. Yes. Second thing, it should run fast. It should run fast. Third thing, it should be having less space, like it should take like lesser memory in your, maybe in your desktop or maybe in your web only. It should just give you the animations very quickly. Appealing design, very, very good. So this appealing design is the front end. It is the front end web development. But this, you can say that fast searching or maybe the fast access or fast animations, it is coming through the data structures algorithms. It is coming through the backend, how good you are writing the backend. Second thing, the scalability, availability, how good you are basically using the resources which is available to you. Maybe you are using some cloud like AWS, Google Cloud. You might have listened about all of this. Maybe so now. नहीं सुना तो कोई दिक्कत नहीं. Like all these cloud resources, cloud platforms you are using. So you should use in such a manner so that you are able to scale well, you are able to provide a scalable and available solution. So ये सारी चीजें हम पढ़ते हैं. These are all the topics which we generally learn in data structures algorithms. Obviously, most of us are beginners in DSA. Like we might not know anything about DSA, or we might know some, maybe 10% or 20% of DSA. Yes or no? क्या हमें अभी बिल्कुल बिगिनर स्टेज पे ही है? Most of us. Yes. Okay. Vicky is, I guess, having a lot of experience. Most of you are having like in a beginner stage of DSA problem solving. Beginner stage. So do you know what is the first step before learning the data structures algorithms? Is there any prerequisite? Is there any prerequisite? What do you think? Is there any prerequisite? क्या लगता है क्या होगा prerequisite? DSA पढ़ने से पहले क्या आना चाहिए? Very good. Programming language आनी चाहिए. Should we know about programming language? Yes or no? Should we know about the programming language? At least one programming language? Yes. And many of us have a doubt that which programming language should we choose? Should we choose C++? Should we choose Python? Should we choose Java? Should we choose JavaScript or any other programming language? Like there are new programming languages also coming every day. So which programming language you should choose and code the entire, you can say, go in the entire journey of data structures algorithms using the same language. You can choose any one of these three languages. You can also choose anyone like other than these three, that is JavaScript also. But preferably, what I will suggest or what Geekster will be suggesting to you will be that you should choose Java programming language. You should choose Java programming language. I have a reason why you should choose Java programming language. Like, does anyone of you know where C++ is being used? C++ real industry में कहाँ पे यूज होती है? Does anyone know? Gaming. Very good. Very good. चलो भाई कुछ तो पता है. In game developments, actually C++ is used. And is game development a big market in India or a small market in India? Currently, what do you think? Is it an emerging market or is it only a small market like for now? Small market, emerging market, not very big for now. So will you be having a lot of opportunities in game development? Will you be having a lot of opportunities in game development? Like, will you be able to crack any company if you only know C++? Obviously not. If you only know C++ and nothing else, you will not be able to have a lot of opportunities. Like all the opportunities which are there even in game development, that are also like require very high programming skills, that also require very core programming skills. Like one is the game development, One is the desktop applications development. Like you might think, what do you like? If some of you know about compilers or interpreters, what do you think? Java interpreter or Java compiler, in which language is it written? कौन सी language में लिखा गया Java का compiler? It is written in C language. It is written in C or C++ language. So C++ languages, like language, is used to make compilers of other languages. It is a very, very low level language. Like, although it is known as a high level programming language, but it is very low level. It is very dependent on machine. So that's why it is used to make desktop applications. It is used to make desktop applications, game development, desktop applications, and some other applications are also there, but these are the most two famous ones. What about Python? What about Python? Where do you think Python is mostly used? Python kahan pe suna hai? Maybe some of you might have done programming in Python. Very good. Data science, AI, ML. So you might have listened about data science. You might have listened about ML, AI. Anything else? There is Python being used in backend development also. In backend, there are frameworks like Django. There is a framework like Flask. In backend also, Python is used. But again, see, you can do Python programming language, no problem in that. It is very good, like in very various, you can say, industries, in various like areas like data science, ML, AI, like AI, chat GPT. So you can obviously learn Python. It will be a very good choice. But again, it is not a very beginner friendly language. It is not a very beginner friendly language. Why? Because there are a lot of, you can say, optimizations in the syntax. Like it will be having a very short syntax. The code which you will be writing in 20 lines in Java or in C++, you will be able to write only in 5 lines in Python. जो बाकी लैंग्वेजेस में आप कोड 20 लाइनों में लिखोगे, वो आप पाइथन में सिर्फ 5 लाइनों में लिख दोगे. So it is not very beginner friendly. You can choose it when you know at least one programming language. You can switch to Python very easily. But choosing Python as the first language is very, I think, deadly. Like it might make you think that coding is not made for you, or it might be able to basically make you quit programming. As far as I think, like this is what I think. So I do not think the Python programming language is a beginner friendly programming language. Then what is the option remaining? The option remaining is Java development. So where do you think Java is used in real life? Where do you think Java is used in real life? Java real life में कहाँ कौन सी industries में use होती होगी? Okay, very good. Android development. Although in Android, Java is being replaced with Kotlin. Like Kotlin is now the official language, but still various applications are still in Android. Like in Java, in Android, you can say applications. What else? Backend. Okay. So in backend, what is the framework known as? Like usually, what is the current framework which is built on top of Java? It is Spring Boot. Spring Boot is a, you can say, the framework built on Java. So majorly all the big tech giants, all the big product-based companies have their legacy codes. Legacy codes is means the old codes. Like they have big, you can say 1,000 lines of code, 2,000 lines of code, or even 10,000 lines of code made on Java only. It is written in Java only. So will it be easy to switch in any new programming language? क्या इतना सारा कोड, 10,000 लाइंस का कोड, 20,000 लाइंस का कोड किसी और प्रोग्रामिंग लैंग्वेज में स्विच करना क्या चोटियों का काम है? 2 दिन में हो जाएगा, ऐसा है क्या? Will it be easy to switch in any other programming language very easily? No. So the legacy codes which is written in Java, it's going to stay for at least 10 to 15 years from today, or you cannot predict more than obviously 10-15 years in coding industry. Like every new year there is a new tech stack, there is a new tool coming out. So at least in 10 years Java is not going anywhere. So you can choose Java for your Android development, for your backend development, or you can say also for your data structures algorithms journey. And one very major plus point is it is very beginner friendly. You can easily able to start with Java also. C++ is also very beginner friendly, but there is a concept known as pointers in C++, which usually is very difficult for beginners. Similarly in Python, again, I told that Python is having very small syntax, so beginners को बहुत दिक्कत होती है. So Java is the only programming language which I think will be easy for beginners, which I think will be used in real life you can say in real world industries also. So as far as I prefer, or as far as I tell you about the Geekster courses, in Geekster we will be using Java programming languages. Like we will be using the Spring Boot, you can say backend framework in the development module. We will be using Java in the programming language as the level 1 module, or you can say the basic programming module, and also Java in the data structures and algorithms. Although we will be learning about JavaScript also, but major focus is on Java. Is it clear? Is it clear? Major focus is on Java. Okay. Any questions till now? Any questions till now? Anyone having any type of questions? I can maybe pick some questions and then let's move on to the next topic. What is Hibernate? I guess Hibernate is a tool or a library related with the backend framework only in Java. I have not done, to be precise, the entire, you can say, the backend in Java, but like JSP, Servlet, or you can say JDBC, Hibernate, all these things are majorly used in backend framework. Which concepts are important to learn in Java? I will be telling, just wait, Sakshi, for 5 minutes at least. I will be telling all the topics which will be required to learn DSA. What all topics will be required in Java programming language with concerned to data structures algorithms only. Like if I'm only focusing on DSA, what all things will be required? Is it necessary to learn Python after learning Java? No, it is not necessary. It is purely optional. Like if you know one programming language, what do you think? Like some of you are working professionals. What do you think? After knowing one programming language, is it difficult to shift to another programming language or is it easy? अगर एक प्रोग्रामिंग लैंग्वेज सीख ली तो दूसरी प्रोग्रामिंग लैंग्वेज सीखने में टाइम लगता है या इजिली आ जाती है? It is very easy. You can easily be able to switch to any other programming language in almost 4 to 5 days, like not more than that, given that you know at least one language. And preferably, like the shifting, the language in which you are shifting should be object oriented. If the first language is object oriented, second language is also object oriented, then you will all basically easily be able to switch from one language to another language. So given that you know Java, you will easily be able to switch to Python on any given day. If your company requires to work on Django or maybe data science, so you will be easily able to switch on Python. No worries in that. I am good in C++, Java, and Python, but my problem solving skills are not that good. And will it affect my placement? See, because learning 100 languages or learning all the 3 languages will never help you. If you know at least one language and you are good in that language only, it is good. If you know 3 languages and you are average in all the 3 languages, it is no use. So better, instead of focusing on all the 3 languages, focus on a single language, maybe Java or maybe C++, preferably Java, and do data structures algorithms in Java only. So you have to do DSA, then only you can say you will be good to go in the placements. Otherwise, it will be very difficult. Just on the knowledge of programming language, you are able to clear any interview. Okay. Do we have to, like, should we know about OOPS to learn DSA? Yes, Nagendra, we have to know about OOPS. I am just like going to cover about OOPS also, what all OOPS topics will be required in DSA, or you can say while doing DSA. Sir, compared to C++, why we should use Java? Because both are object-oriented programming language. Again, as I told, see, Deepak, both C++, Java, Python, all these are object-oriented programming languages. Then why should I choose Java only? Again, C++ is a good language, a beginner-friendly language, but some topics in C++ are not that much beginner-friendly, like pointers, reference variable. These are the concepts in C++ which are not very easy. Like beginners face issues. उनको दिक्कतें आती हैं, वो memory जब आ जाती है ना, so people face issues. And also it is not that much used in real life, although it is used in game development desktop app, but it is, when compared to Java, not that much used in actual industry. So better will be to use that language which is easy to learn and which is also used in real life. Better तो वही होगा ना, जो आसानी से समझ भी आ जाए और रियल लाइफ में भी यूज होती हो, हमें जॉब भी मिल जाए डायरेक्टली. Okay, so should I go to the next level? Once we know programming language, Once we know any one programming language, preferably which language? Preferably which language should I learn? If I am starting from now, preferably we should learn Java. If I have learned any one programming language, now maybe we can start with the data structures algorithms. And data structures algorithms, you should basically you should be able to divide the entire journey into different sub modules or sub parts or sub levels. So start with basics, go to intermediate, then go to advanced. So what is the basic, you can say, data structures basic algorithms which are to be learned first? So first of all, the programming basics. If you do not know programming basics, if you do not know how to use for loops, how to use if else, how to use like how to make some patterns, maybe grid patterns or maybe diagonals or triangles or rectangles or something like that, then you will not be easily be able to start DSA. So first, of course, programming basics is very much required. After knowing the programming basics, after knowing the Java programming, all the syntax related to Java, then it is good to go. Then you can start with the first data structure, or the first, you can say, the topic in data structures and algorithms, which is the arrays as well as the strings. So this is how the course at Geekster is followed. This is the order in which we follow basically the data structures and algorithms. There are some topics like it might be taken beforehand or some topics can be taken in the last, but this is more or less the, you can say, the structure of the DSA course at Geekster. So first, of course, is the programming basics. We learn about programming, we learn about Java in detail. We almost take 4 weeks, 5 weeks, and sometimes 6 weeks also. Like usually it is 4 to 5 weeks just on programming basics. Just we learn, we focus on how to master different types of syntaxes in Java. Then we start with arrays and strings, and we go to number theory, we go to mathematics. So what is number theory or what is mathematics? Like maybe prime numbers, maybe prime factorization or factorization. These kind of problems are there in number theory and mathematics. So we discuss some algorithms, some data structures related to number theory and mathematics. And I will be discussing about recursion later on. But the very important point, which I already told, is time and space complexity. If you do not know that how much time your code is taking, how much space your code is taking, then it is no use of writing the code. Do you know the difference between coding and programming? क्या आप लोगों को प्रोग्रामिंग और कोडिंग में डिफरेंस पता है? What do you think writing a code is versus writing a program is? What do you think? Quickly in the chat. I want some answers. What do you think is the difference between coding and programming? नहीं पता. I think the Java but not solve the problem such that hackrank problem it solve the problem. Anyone? Difference between coding and programming? Programming is more optimized form of coding. Okay. Coding is a copy, is copying a code, and programming is making a code by own. Okay. Coding consists of programming. Coding means writing a code. Programming is writing a code in optimized fashion. Very good. So basically coding is just, if you are able to write a code in any programming language, then you are a coder. If you are able to write a hello world program, if you are able to write a for loop, if else, in any programming language, you are good to go. You are called a programmer. You can say yourself, you are a programmer. Sorry, you are a coder, not a programmer. But when are you able to call yourself a programmer? When not only you are able to write the code, but you are able to write the code in most optimized manner, such that you are taking less time, less space. You are writing a scalable solution which will work for millions of users, which will work for maybe you can say 24/7 time. Like it will not go down. वो सुना है ना कि बंद पड़ गया या फिर ठप हो गया सर्वर. So you should write a code which should not go down, which should not basically be unavailable for any point of time. It should be available for 24/7. So writing a scalable solution, available solution, less time taking solution, less space taking solution, that is programming. So not everyone is a programmer. Not every coder is a programmer. What should you become? Should you become a coder or should you become a programmer? Should you learn how to write programs or should you learn how to write code? Code करना सीख ले हो गया? No, obviously, we should know how to write code in the best possible manner. And that is what we should learn programming. We should not learn just how to write the code. So, time and space complexity is the most important topic in that fashion. And we generally take almost like you can say 6 hours, 5 hours, almost content on time and space complexity. We go in detail of how any programming language or any you can say codes time complexity can be taken out, how to judge which code is brute force code, which code is optimized code, which code is more time taking, which code is less time taking. Like some of you might have started coding, and if some of you might have started coding, has have you like maybe able to observe different types of verdicts, maybe accepted verdict, the wrong answer verdict, the time limit exceeded verdict, yes or no? Time limit exceeded TLE आया किसी का आज तक किसी ने स्टार्ट करी हो प्रोग्रामिंग? एटलीस्ट यहाँ पे कुछ लोग कोर्सेज से आ रखे हैं तो उनको तो पता होगा. Some of you are here from like those who are enrolled and still in the roadmap. Okay, so when you are having this time limit exceeded, then is the point that this time and space complexity analysis will be there to help you. So you should know how to bring down the time. You should know how to bring down the space complexity of a solution. And last topic is sorting algorithms. There are various kind of sorting algorithms like basic sorting algorithms, advanced sorting algorithms, divide and conquer, and all of those. So agar if anyone wants to take a screenshot of all these, you can say topics which are there in each of these, you can say data structures algorithms, you can take a screenshot like input, output, if else, for loops. All these are the topics which we learn in programming basics. Then in arrays and strings, we learn about prefixes, we learn about subarrays, we learn about substrings, we learn about index based hashing, we learn about the matrices, that is 2D arrays. We learn about big integers as arrays, that is how to store a very large number in an array. We also learn about Euclid algorithm, that is GCD, LCM, about prime numbers, factorization, prime factorization. We learn about modular arithmetic. So भाई obviously ये तो अभी कुछ पता नहीं होगा जो बिल्कुल ही beginner है, but these are the topics which are usually you should know while you are basically doing that particular topic. You should know all these topics when you are doing array and string. You should know all these topics when you are doing recursion and backtracking. Recursion पर बाद में आएंगे, but you should know time complexity, space complexity, what is amortized, what is asymptotic analysis while doing the time complexity. These are different sorting algorithms like bubble sort, selection sort, insertion sort, merge sort, or you can say the quick sort. So there are different sorting algorithms which you will be learning, जो आपको आनी चाहिए या फिर आपको सिखाई जाती है. If you enroll in any of the courses, these are the usually you can say the algorithms which are being taught to you. So provided at Geekster, these are the sub topics which we generally teach. Okay, यहाँ तक किसी को कुछ पूछना है? Anyone who has any doubts and any of these topics? सब कुछ clear? Anything? Okay. Okay. Given that the level 2 is clear, like you know about some basic data structure, some basic algorithms. Like recursion is not a basic one, but it will be there in the advanced one. But if you know about this basic stuffs, then you are good to go with the intermediate, some better, you can say data structures algorithm, some harder topics. So some harder topics include searching algorithms, like there is binary search algorithm. Then the most important point, again, apart from time and space, this is the most important sub-module, which is the object-oriented programming. You should know how to write the code in an object-oriented way. Is Java a object-oriented programming language? क्या Java एक object-oriented programming language है? हाँ या ना? Yes. Is JavaScript, C++, Python, all of these are Java, the object-oriented programming languages? C++, Java, Python, JavaScript. Yes, all these are object-oriented programming languages. And if you know OOPS principles in any of the language, in any one of the language, you will be easily able to reciprocate it or maybe learn it in any of the other language. अगर एक लैंग्वेज में oops आ जाता है तो किसी और लैंग्वेज में इजिली आ जाएगा. So while we are there in the course, we will be majorly focusing on oops in Java. Once we know object oriented programming principles like encapsulation, data abstraction, data hiding, and polymorphism, inheritance, all of these topics we know by heart. Packages, what are packages, or what is nested classes? Like there are some other advanced concepts. What are collection frameworks? What is the, you can say, the design principles, design patterns. So once we know all of these topics, we are good to go with the different kind of data structures which are advanced data structures. अभी तक तो एक ही data structure आया था. Array and string is the first data structure. Remaining all of these are algorithms. Sorting is a algorithm. Time and space complexity is a analysis, not algorithm as such. Recursion is more sort of algorithm. Number theory is algorithm. But now, after learning the OOPS, you can learn the remaining the data structures and also the remaining algorithms like linked list, stack, queue, dequeue, priority queue, or you can say the heap, hashing, that is hash map. So there are different data structures. Obviously, भाई बोलना आसान है लेकिन करना मुश्किल है. Once you will go into these topics, it will take 1 week, 2 week in each of these topics. And once you basically are solving problems, you will be able to see that how oops is playing a role in all these topics. Oops बहुत ज़्यादा जरूरी है. If you do not know oops, you will not be able to easily solve all these problems, all these data structures, all these algorithms. Is it clear? Is it clear? अभी तक कुछ doubt? Anything? Anyone? Sir, if we do DSA in C language, will it be better? Meghavi preferably should not do DSA in C plus, like C language only, not C++. Why? Because C language is not a object oriented programming language. Although you can make a structure in C, like in C language, but still it is not very preferable. First point is, like in all of the articles, in all of the blogs which are available online, be it Lead Code, be it Geeks for Geeks, be it any kind of articles, you will not be able to find the solutions in C language. So it will be very hard to learn on your own the C language. And second point, since it is not object oriented programming language, you have to learn another language to answer the questions of OOPS. So be it with respect to interviews or be it with respect to learning on your own, C language is not what should you prefer. You should either go with C++ or you should go with Java in that case. Sir, if university is not good, how I can apply for off-campus opportunities? What we have to do? See, Akshay, right now, although I am talking about this, but like I should not talk about this, but still, there is a student, just you can say 2 days before this lecture, like I guess on Friday or maybe on Thursday, there was a student who came to me that he has got a almost 9.5 LPA package in this mid recession, like almost the recession is almost very at high peak, and he's able to get the opportunity from Geekster. So I'm not like bragging about Geekster or something, but if your college is not good, if you're not getting ample amount of opportunities from the university, then maybe you should go through the Geekster's course. Maybe after this roadmap, you can go through the placement opportunities or the companies which are provided by Geekster, so that you can get an idea that what type of companies are being offered here. So given that he was not having a good college like you, and he was able to get a 9.5 LPA package just after completing the course, that speaks about the course curriculum. Is it okay? Is it okay, Akshay? Does it answer your question? Yes or no? Okay. So कंपनी का नाम थोड़ा अटपटा सा था, वो मेरे को याद नहीं हुआ, बट द पैकेज मैटर्स, राइट? द कंपनी नेम मैटर्स, बट sometimes the package matters more. So maybe you can go through it. Anyways, level 3. So is everything clear? What all topics you have to learn after the basics, and all of this will be taught to you. And देखो, जो मतलब अभी इतने confirm nahi hai whether they want to take any you can say curriculum or something, I will be sharing some free resources for you also. So wait for the free resources. I will be sharing how you can learn all of these topics on your own. If you are good enough to do a self-paced you can say course, then I will be sharing the resources in the last. So stay tuned for that also. Sir, after knowing the collection frameworks, are we easily able to use data structures concepts? Yes, Deepak. If you know collection frameworks, if you know object-oriented programming, if you know all the different types of, you can say, data structures provided by Java only, you can easily be able to implement all of them by yourself also. When will you provide certification? So, Farzana, you are here only for the certification. See, certification is a good thing, but more important is the, you can say, the knowledge which I am sharing with you. That is more important. Obviously, you will get the certificate in the end of the session. Sir, if I don't know C++, then how can I learn DSA in few days as I'm in third year, last semester, and very few time is left? See, if you know C++, how can you learn DSA? I will be sharing the resources just after this level 3 and 4, and provided that resources, you will be easily able to do the basic, you can say the most important interview questions which can be asked in a DSA in less time, like most maybe you can say 3 months or 4 months. So I guess that will be a good enough answer for your question again. Difference between DAA and DSA. I'm not sure what is DAA. कभी सुना नहीं है DAA. Data. I don't know what is DAA. DSA is data structures algorithms. Maybe you can provide a full form of DAA because priority queue, stack, DQ concepts are there in Python. Yes, there are all the data structures available in Python library. In Java, there is a thing known as collection framework. In C++, there is a thing known as standard template library, STL. So you can learn about all of these data structures in any programming language, Preeti. Akhil, which path of Java is better to learn? DSA, either in core Java or advanced Java? See, when you are learning about DSA, you are going through collection frameworks. So collection frameworks, you can take it as a part of core Java or you can take it as a part of advanced Java. It is up to you. Like core, you can say collection frameworks is a part of the collections library, or you can say the utilities library. So it is only Java. It is not like core Java or advanced Java you are learning. You're only learning Java in respect of DSA. And then like while you are learning DSA, you are not focusing on Java that much. But while you are learning about Spring Boot or maybe the backend in Java, then you will be taught the advanced topics of Java, like exception handling, multi-threading, all of those topics also. Can I learn DSA in 3 months? Yes, you will be able to learn DSA, the basic DSA at least in 3 months. Basic, like you will be able to learn about arrays, strings, time complexity. You will be able to learn about recursion. All these basic stuffs you will be able to learn in 3 months. डिजाइन एंड एनालिसिस ऑफ एल्गोरिथम्स सी वो जो कॉलेज के कोर्सेज का नाम होता है वो होता है आई गेस मेरे भी कॉलेज में यही नाम था सो वो एक ही चीज है लाइक कॉलेज whatever your college is naming that course and what actual course is offering, it is one and the same thing. The content is same essentially, but वो तो आपको ही पता है कि आपका कॉलेज कितना पढ़ाता होगा. So the content is same in DAA or DSA, but DSA is essentially what you have to learn for placements. Whether you learn it from your own, from your college, from any of the courses, it is up to you. Is it a better way to learn DSA in Java and full stack development simultaneously? Akhil, you can do simultaneously, but it will be a lot of pressure on you yourself only, because data structures in itself is a very big topic, and also full stack web development again. Like when you are talking about full stack, then you are talking about MEANG stack maybe, or Spring Boot plus HTML, CSS, JavaScript. So both are very heavy, and if you are able to manage both of them, then great. But usually every student is not able to manage both together. दोनों एक साथ manage नहीं हो पाते. I know C++ and this week I started DSA. Please tell where should I learn Java or C++ for only placements. See, for only Java or only C++, you cannot say that I will be able to clear any placement interviews or any placement. I will be able to crack any company. You have to learn DSA also. So I will be sharing Akshay the DSA resources. Just wait for it. पहले वही कर दूंगा share. इतना उतावले हो रहे हो सारे. Okay, anyways. So, should we discuss the next point? Should we discuss the next point? चलो एक MCQ पूछता हूँ. Let's Let me just give you MCQ. What do you think is the answer for the first question? Which of the following is not a type of data structure? Arrays, stack, recursion, queue. What do you think is not a data structure? Okay. Recursion is not a data structure. Then what is recursion? Then what is recursion? Is recursion data structure? No, you are saying. Is recursion an algorithm? Is recursion a algorithm? Is recursion a data structure, or is it algorithm, or is it none of the data structures, neither the data structure nor the algorithm? It is neither of them. It is not a data structure and it is not algorithm also. It is a tool which you use to solve the problems based on data structures or based on algorithms. Is it a tool? Like it is a kind of syntax or kind of a way to solve the problems. It is not an algorithm. It is not a data structure. So the correct answer for the first problem is actually recursion. So you will be taught recursion not as a algorithm. You will be taught recursion as a वे ऑफ सॉल्विंग एल्गोरिथम्स. आपको रिकर्जन पढ़ाया जाएगा ताकि आप बाकी एल्गोरिथम्स कर पाओ. लाइक यू आर एबल टू डू मर्ज सॉर्ट, यू आर एबल टू डू क्विक सॉर्ट, यू आर एबल टू डू मे बी डिवाइड एंड कॉन्कर स्ट्रेटेजीज, मे बी ट्रीज, डेटा स्ट्रक्चर, डीएफएस, बीएफएस. So recursion is not a data structure, it is a tool. What about the data structure which is used for first come first serve policy? Like maybe I want to have a, you can say, a kind of cricket match, IPL चल रहा है अभी. So for IPL match, I want to like sell the tickets. So if I want to sell the tickets, I want it for first come first serve policy. So which data structure will you prefer to make the first come first serve policy implemented? Will it be stacked? Will it be stacked? Stack means, like example is, if you are making a lot of books stacked on top of each other, pile of books stacked on top of each other, which is the first book will you which will you take out? Like if this is like maybe physics book, this is chemistry book, this is maths book, and this is let's say Java book. What is the first book you will take out from this pile of books? सबसे पहले कौन सी book निकलेगी? Like अगर तमीज से निकालोगे तो, if you will take out one by one, it will be first Java, then maths, then chemistry, then physics. Like the last in book will be the first out book. Last in, first out. That is the stack data structure. This is a stack of books or a pile of books. But we do not need the last in to be the first out. We need the first in to be the first out. First come, first serve. जो सबसे पहले आए वो सबसे पहले पाए. So we need a queue in real life also. Like you can imagine a queue on a bus stop or something. So in queue, people stand in front of a, you can say, bus stop, and the first person who is there, although India में तो ऐसा नहीं होता, but अगर थोड़े ढंग के देशों में जाओगे तो ऐसे ही होगा. So the first person who will be standing will be there to jump in the first, like jump in the bus first, then the second person, then the third person, then the fourth person. Or even for IPL tickets, the first person will be getting the IPL tickets, then the second person, then the third person, and so on. So this is the first come first serve, first in first out. So the correct answer is queue data structure, the second option, queue data structure. Okay. So is the first question and second question clear? क्या first question और second question clear है? Okay. Now what do you think? What is a time complexity? Although we do not know about time complexity, most of us do not know. But still, maybe just by having some elimination strategy, what do you think is the time complexity for linear search? Linear search की time complexity क्या होगी? It is going to be linear in nature. भाई नाम में ही आ रहा है. It is going to be linear in nature. Linear means order of n in nature. Although we do not know about this bigger notation for now, but this is going to be linear time complexity. We will be able to search one at a time. If there is a big number of students, and if I want to pick the student with the maximum marks, and students are in random order, maybe वो roll number wise लगे हुए हैं. So can any student get the maximum marks? क्या किसी भी student के maximum marks आ सकते हैं? Yes or no? Will any student be having maximum marks? So I have to search first student. Is it having maximum marks? Second student, third student, fourth student, fifth student, and so on. So I am doing a linear traversal. Linear traversal means I am running a iteration. I am running a loop on all of the elements one by one, one by one, one by one. So I am doing a linear kind of traversal. Okay. Last question. Last question. What do you think is not a algorithm. इसमें से कौन सा algorithm नहीं है? ठीक है. So depth first search. This is also known as DFS. Breadth first search. This is also known as BFS or level order entries. This is also known as, like, in general, this is done using recursion. Sorting. There are various kind of sorting algorithms like merge sort, quick sort, bubble sort, insertion sort. So sorting is an algorithm. Search नाम में search आ रहा है. Search is an algorithm. Whether it is depth first search or whether it is a breadth first search. So the only thing remaining, the only option remaining is the, you can say, and is the topic, the linked list. So the linked list is not a, you can say, a algorithm, but it is a data structure. Linked list is a data structure. So when we talk about linked list, what is linked list? Linked list is like, there are some nodes where we are storing data, and there are links getting created between the nodes. So it is not a date, like, it is not algorithm. We apply algorithms on data structures, but these are algorithms and this is a data structure. तो कुछ मतलब एटलीस्ट कुछ समझ आया, इनमें से कुछ चीजें समझ आई, एटलीस्ट आउट ऑफ दीज 4 क्वेश्चंस we have got a basic idea that what is there in data structures, what is there in algorithms. Yes. Okay. So one more point before I discuss the free resources which are available. There are advanced data structures, advanced algorithms also, which I have created resources on, which you can follow. Like, I will be sharing the resources even for advanced data structures algorithms. Advanced तक खुद से पढ़ना है तो वो resources भी मैं share कर दूंगा, कोई दिक्कत नहीं. So there are 2 pointers, sliding window algorithm. There is binary trees, binary search trees. There is trie or prefix tree. There is graph algorithms, bit manipulation, dynamic programming. So all these topics are advanced data structures algorithms. ये तभी कर सकते हो if you know basics. You will only be able to learn about graphs. You will only be able to learn about binary trees, dynamic programming if you know the basic DSA. So given that we should know the basic DSA, given that we should know programming language, how we can learn DSA on our own? Like, obviously, first thing is, if you want the placement assistance, if you want the doubts assistance, if you want the one-to-one mentoring, then you can go through a course. Like, you can purchase a course or you can enroll in a course. But if you want to do a self-paced kind of learning, so the other way can be the free resources which are available at learn.geekster.in. So these are the free resources. Some of them are created by me. Like, एक मैं resource बताऊंगा जो कि you can follow in a proper fashion and you will be able to crack any kind of company. Like, it is going to be complete in nature. So learn.geekster.in, by going on this portal, you will be able to find a advanced Java plus DSA course completely in English, complete, like, it is about to get complete. There are 2 topics remaining or 3 topics remaining in advanced Java, which is the dynamic programming and graphs, but I will be uploading them also, don't worry. And the object oriented programming, that is the interview questions on them. So actually it will contain all the concepts also. The basic Java DSA for interviews, SQL, that is structured query language, or you can the DBMS in particular, and Git and GitHub. So there are currently these resources available. So if I show the resources in particular to the advanced Java DSA, so there will be all the lectures based on linked list. There will be all the lectures based on stack queue. There will be all the lectures based on recursion and backtracking, binary trees, binary search trees, priority queue, tries. There will be, like, let me just show you. So if you just open priority queue, like, you will not be getting this much content anywhere, trust me. मतलब कुछ भी free resources खोल के देख लेना, इतना free content कहीं नहीं मिलेगा. So if you want to actually learn data structures algorithms on your own, you can go through these lectures. You can go through tries. You can go through binary trees. Like, there are almost, I guess, in binary trees, there are 35 plus 5, 50 videos. Sorry, 40 videos. So 40 videos, and each of like almost half hour, 20 minutes, 40 minutes. Is it not good enough? Is it not sufficient enough? What do you think? What do you think? क्या लगता है? क्या लगता है? Yes. Then for recursion, there is almost 17 videos, like almost all the topics which are there for necessary for interviews. stack and queue also, there is linked list also, and I will be uploading the dynamic programming and graphs also. So don't worry, if you want to learn on your own, then no one can stop you. But if you want to basically enroll in the course, like that also will be shown to you that what all things will be there, because by sirf DSA se nahi hona na. Not only like you should know DSI, but you should also know about the web development. You should also be able to get the opportunities. अब recession का time है, so in recession there is not many opportunities which are there. So whichever opportunities are coming, at least वो पता तो लगनी चाहिए कि भाई आ रही है. Then only you will be able to apply. So that placement opportunities, that you can say doubt assistance, like whenever you are getting a doubt, if you are learning in a free manner, self-paced manner, so how will you be able to ask the doubts? Obviously, you will be able to ask the doubts to your friend, but friend to आपसे ही महान होगा. So if you are having your friends better than you, then it is good enough. But भाई सुना है ना वो कहावत that we are the average of the 10 people around us. So अगर हम अपने आसपास वाले जनों के एवरेज होते हैं, मतलब 5 हमसे अच्छे होंगे, 5 हमसे बुरे होंगे, so obviously you can know that how will you be able to grow in your friend group. You can grow if you are dedicated enough, but better will be to follow a structured manner, either through this self-paced course or maybe through the you can say the proper courses, the web development, complete full stack web development, which will be offered by Geekster. So एक बार oops का भी और दिखा देता हूँ फटाफट. For oops, you can go through encapsulation, all the lectures based on encapsulation, again inheritance, polymorphism, abstraction, and interface. So all of these concepts, there are almost 17 hours of video, like almost 74 lessons, and each lesson will be associated with the notes. Similarly for advanced Java, each lecture will be associated with notes. Although it is not uploaded here, but it will be available at GitHub. So once you start following this, you can check out the notes also, which will be available, and hash map. So क्या क्या लगता है, मतलब will it be sufficient enough? What do you think? जो भी अभी तक मैंने बताया, क्या वो सब यहाँ पे दिख रहा है? Whatever I have just told you, is it looking in a proper sorted manner, proper order in this free resources, if you want to follow, if you want to start on your own? Yes. Okay. Any questions? अब कुछ questions? Any queries? अभी कुछ चीजें डिस्कस करनी रहती हैं अभी भी. Sir, company will ask DSA in Java or C++, which is easy. See, Meghavi, company will not ask DSA in a language. They will be asking you questions on data structures, algorithms, and they will not be asking you that tell me the answer or write the code in Java, write the code in C++. You are free to write the code in any language, but you are expected to know at least one language. If you are choosing Java, you should know collection frameworks. If you are choosing C++, you should know the standard template library. जो भी आप चूज कर रहे हो वो आपको अच्छे से आने चाहिए. कंपनी आपसे कभी भी ये नहीं बोलेगी कि you should be able to write the code in Java only. Like in development, they might ask you about Java, they might ask you about the Spring Boot, but as far as the DSA is concerned, they will not ask you to write the code in a particular language. Like some interviewers might ask you to write the code in some language in Java only or in C++ only, but usually 99% in the scenarios in interviews, it is free to use, like you are free to use any programming language. Is it better to learn DSA in Java or JavaScript to become a full stack web developer role? Again, see, Akhil, first of all, although JavaScript is a object-oriented programming language, but if you know about JavaScript, it is more sort of a functional programming language. There are functions, there are callbacks, there are higher order functions available in the JavaScript. So it is not more sort of an object-oriented programming language, although it provides some features. But Java is a proper, you can say, OOP language, object-oriented programming language, and also all the resources which are available, like be it LeetCode, be it HackerRank, be it the Geeks for Geeks, any kind of portals, or be it the interviews or the coding rounds which are organized by companies also, they will be expecting you to write the code in coding rounds in C++, Java, or Python. They only will be giving sometimes, like most of the times, they will only be giving you 3 choices. Like when you will be going on a maybe a coding round on any of the portals. Usually coding rounds are on HackerRank, usually coding rounds are on Code Judge, these kind of portals. So you will be having only three options to write the code. That is C++, Java, Python. Then how will you go in JavaScript? Like some of the companies will give you 20 coding languages to choose from, or 30 coding languages to choose from. But there will be many of them which will not give you JavaScript as an option to write the code in DSA. So वहां पे फंस जाओगे आप. So better to start DSA in Java only. There are two courses on Geekster site. Which one should I choose for Java and DSA? One is the basic DSA, or you can say the interview questions on DSA, Akshay, and other one is the entire, you can say, the advanced course. अब obviously advanced तो तभी पढ़ पाओगे ना जब basic आते होंगे. Once you know the Java basics, once you know the array, strings, all the, you can say, simple topics like 2 pointers, then only you will be able to go through the advanced. So पहले basic करना पड़ेगा, फिर advanced पर आ सकते हो. How much importance is for operating system and computer networks? Operating system and computer networks are sometimes asked, but if you know good amount of DBMS, if you know good amount of OOPS, if you know good amount of DSA, then you can like maybe ask the interviewer that I do not know that much of computer networking, I do not know that much of operating system. Can you ask me questions on DBMS? Can you ask me questions on SQL? So if interviewer will be like good enough, then he will be able to make you basically change the question, make questions on the DBMS or SQL. Like sometimes operating system is asked, but not that much. Computer networks you can skip if you do not have that much time. Because okay. When it is right time to start with OOPS, what prior topics should we have? Should we have to cover before OOPS? Before OOPS, actually you should know only the language. अगर language आती है तो आप OOPS start कर सकते हो. But better will be if you are starting OOPS, you should know basic arrays, you should know basic strings, you should know basic time and space complexity, you should know basic, you can say, all the syntax related to Java. Then only it will be better to start with OOPS, because OOPS is a feature which Java offers or any programming language offers. So before learning that feature or before learning that concept, you should know Java in proper syntax or the different simple arrays, simple strings. Then it will be good enough. Like functions aane chahiye, how to make function call, what is pass by value, what is return. So all these things you should know. Then only what is stack, what is heap. Then only you will be able to master OOPS. What is the right time to start learning Java DSA advanced? Right time is as soon as possible, Deepak. As soon as you are good to go with the basic, as soon as you learn the basic, you are basically you can start the DSA advanced. Is there any Java learning in the course itself? Yes, Java learn there in the course. Like I can tell you in the course, there will be the Java in detail, like the first, you can say first half of the course will be based on the Java programming basics only, like syntax. It will be completely from scratch. जो बिल्कुल ही beginner है उनके लिए भी. Then after learning the Java programming basics, you can go through the ऑब्जेक्ट ओरिएंटेड प्रोग्रामिंग एंड बिफोर ऑब्जेक्ट ओरिएंटेड प्रोग्रामिंग एज टोल्ड बेसिक डीएसए. ये जो मैं स्ट्रक्चर बना रहा हूँ, ये हम डीएसए जो गीक्स्टर में मैं कोर्सेज पढ़ाता हूँ, आई यूजुअली फॉलो दिस काइंड ऑफ स्ट्रक्चर, और दिस इज द स्ट्रक्चर विच एवरी यूजुअल बैच इज फॉलोइंग. मोर और लेस द सेम स्ट्रक्चर. लाइक एक टॉपिक ऊपर नीचे हो सकता है, बट इट इज मोर और लेस द सेम और सिमिलर स्ट्रक्चर विच इज फॉलोड इन ऑल ऑफ द बैचेस एट गीक्स्टर. I want to ask about the paid course, which one I should choose for Java plus DSA. I'm like for the courses, Akshay, like after me, there will be a session taken by someone from the team, someone from the Geeksters side, and they will tell you in detail about the, you can say, the course offerings. So don't worry about that. अभी वो भी बता देंगे कि अगर आपको enroll करने का मन कर रहा है, या फिर if you are thinking about that, then which should you choose? Sir, which language is better as placement? Java or C++? Already told Srinivas, you can do anything, like you can choose anything, but better will be, my preference will be, my opinion will be, choose Java. Some people say that interviewer are also told hard question in Java compared to C++. I confuse where, like which language to learn. No, it is not like that. It is not like if your interviewer will be asking questions in Java, they will be hard. asking questions in C++, it will be easy. No, it is completely false, whatever news you have listened. So in any programming language, all the questions will be of same difficulty. Questions will be on DSA, and the questions will not be on programming language. So you can choose anyone, and preferably Java. सर डीएसए बहुत डिफिकल्ट लग रही है. देखो इम्तियाज, डिफिकल्ट तो लगती है, कुछ भी चीज पहली बार करोगे तो डिफिकल्ट तो होता ही है भाई. आपने पहले इंग्लिश पढ़ी होगी, तो जब हिंदी बोलते आ रहे थे तो इंग्लिश पढ़ी थी, तो वो भी डिफिकल्ट लगती थी. सो एनीथिंग फॉर द फर्स्ट टाइम इज डिफिकल्ट, बट वंस यू put your efforts, once you put 1 month, 2 months, 3 months into that, then it becomes easy. Everything becomes easy on practice. I have joined Geekster's course of full stack development, so I think OOPS is self-paced. No coverage, OOPS is also taught in the live batch. Please show all the slides. Where are you changing so fast? Okay. Which type of DSA questions top MNCs will ask? Which type of DSA questions top MNCs will ask? All the topics which I have just told you. Like there will be questions based on recursion. There will be questions based on stack, queue, DQ, or linked list, or hash map heap. So ये जो questions है इसी के ऊपर आते हैं. Like there are questions available on Lead Code, available on Geeks for Geeks, available on HackerRank, which are usually asked in interviews, which are usually asked in coding rounds. So there is a set of 300 problems, 400 problems which you have to master. अगर वो set of problems आपको अच्छे से आती है, so you will be able to crack any kind of company based on DSA. एक और चीज डिस्कस कर लें. One more thing is remaining. Should we discuss that also? Yes or no? How is the session going till now? कुछ नया सीखने को मिल रहा है? Is anything you are learning for the first time, or you are getting to hear for the first time? Yes. Level 1 slide. See, I will share all the slides. Don't worry. मैं slides अभी आगे पीछे कर रहा हूँ, but I will share all these slides. Slides का कोई वो नहीं है, आपको प्रॉपरली पीडीएफ में मिल जाएगी चाहोगे तो. I will share the PDF in the end. Don't worry. Okay, last point which I want to discuss, that is the projects, that is the real life projects. देखो भाई, you have learned about various concepts, सब कुछ आ गया अच्छे से. You have learned all the basic data structures, all the intermediate data structures, all the advanced data structures. But how to implement them, how to use them? So there are a lot of, you can say, projects, easy projects, medium projects, hard projects, which you can make and just put up them in the resume or on LinkedIn also. So the courses or the projects which we generally make at Geekster, like which I took in the Geekster, was design a parking lot. Then we basically took an example of the splitwise application, like there is a masterclass available on splitwise also. Then we take the example of LRU cache also. We take the example of Facebook or Instagram, or you can say in general, the social media clone. So we make social media clones in the object-oriented programming module. We make the Amazon or Flipkart clone, the e-commerce, like not the complete, you can say, front end plus back end in Java. Like obviously you will be making the front end in the web development framework, in the web development module. But when we are talking about Java plus DSA, you will be making a terminal based application, that is a CLI, not a UI based application. You will be making a command line application which will run through instructions given in the terminal. So you will be making a Amazon or Flipkart clone, or you can say in general e-commerce clone, which is a hard project. You will be making a Facebook or Instagram clone, or you can say in general the social media clone. You will be making a WhatsApp clone, although WhatsApp is also a social media. But you will learn about a concept known as LRU cache. सुना है कभी LRU cache? सुना है कभी LRU cache? Has anyone of you listened about this term LRU cache? Okay, you will be listening about this when we will be doing stack, queue, linked list, hash map. So LRU cache is one of the most important topic. Like if I take the example of WhatsApp, थोड़ा बताने की कोशिश करता हूँ. In WhatsApp, if let's suppose you message a person who is in the 5th number, like there is first person, contact number 1, contact number 2, contact number 3, 4, 5. If you message the 5th person, will the 5th person come on the top? क्या पांचवें बंदे का जो चैट है वो सबसे ऊपर आ जाएगा? Yes or no? The 5th person will come on top. Yes. And if you, let's say, maybe, let's say the some message is coming, incoming message from the third person, will now the third person come on top? अब क्या तीसरा person सबसे ऊपर आ जाएगा? Yes. And let's say the screen is only of 5 size. Let's say the screen is only of 5 size. And sixth contact is coming. This is contact number 3 on top. This is 5. This is 1. This is 2. And this is, let's say, 4. And now sixth contact comes. नया message आ रहा है. किसी नए बंदे से message आ रहा है. So where will it come? Where will it come? Where will it come? The sixth contact message on the top. And if the screen is only of 5 contacts, screen में सिर्फ 5 ही contact आ सकते हैं. So which contact will get out of the screen? कौन सा contact जो होगा वो screen से बाहर चला जाएगा? The C4 contact will come out of the screen. So this is an example of LRU cache, least recently used cache or least recently used design. So we will be learning about LRU cache also. We will be learning about Huffman encoding decoding. This is a type of, like, some of you might have used zip use करा है, like zip or maybe zip को और क्या बोलते हैं, maybe compressor, like file compressor use करा है. मे बी GTA 5 डाउनलोड करी होगी 64 GB की, उसको 3 GB में लाए होगे, डाउनलोड करा होगा, ये सब काम करें. सो zip files, or you can say the compressor files, converting a big file and uploading on e-district portal or any of the government portal, reducing the size of a file, that is nothing but compressing. So when you compress a file or when you zip a file, that algorithm is known as Huffman encoding decoding. So we will learn about this also. Like, this is available in the DSA self-paced course also, if you can check out the advanced DSA course. We will be learning about split-wise application. Split-wise कभी देखा है? वैसे तो Paytm पे भी आ गया है. There is a application known as split-wise. देख रखी है वो किसी ने? Has anyone used split-wise application? Mostly you might have not used, but on Paytm also there is a feature known as split bills. वो देखा है? Split bills. The split bill feature नया नया है अभी. So that split bill feature is based on the minimizing cache flow algorithm, the split-wise application. So this is a very famous interview question. This question and the parking lot question. These are few important questions which usually come day in and day out. There is a tic-tac-toe problem, snakes and ladder problem, Sudoku problem. So बहुत सारी games भी बनाते हैं हम. We make Sudoku game, we make snake and ladder game. In the course, I am talking about course, the full stack web development course. We will be making snake and ladder, we will making Sudoku. Sudoku खेली है जो पहले न्यूज़पेपर में आया करती थी. Yes. Sudoku, snake and ladder तो खेला होगा, सांप सीढ़ी. So we will be making that. We will be making the tic-tac-toe with zero kata. We will be making different sort of simple games, or the 2-player games, or you can say single player games, which are using the concepts of data structures algorithms. And also we will be designing the ATM, automated teller machine. So is it appealing? क्या interested है? Is it very interesting to learn? अगर data structures आ गया, अगर ये project बना लिए, तो obviously if you are mentioning this kind of projects made on yourself, completely, like from scratch, it will be having a very good impact on your resume. Like, honestly, trust me, if you are having a project based on DSA, not just a simple, you can say simple project that हाँ भाई मैंने अपना portfolio बना दिया, मैंने अपना to do list बना दिया, वो नहीं. Like, it is good for learning to do list, calculator application, but a very good, you can say, resume project will be these kind of projects. Be it the easy project, be it the medium, be it the hard one, it does not matter. But projects based on DSA will be very heavy on your resume. Like, you will be standing out. Bhai pata hi hai na, in India there are, for a job where there are 2 vacancies, there will be people like around 100 people, 1000 people, 10,000 people. अगर ऑफ कैंपस जाओगे तो 10,000 लोग उस 2 वैकेंसीज के लिए लड़ रहे होंगे. अगर ऑन कैंपस जाओगे तो 1000 लोग लड़ रहे होंगे. किसी कोर्स में ज्वाइन करोगे तो 100 लोग लड़ेंगे. सो इन for the same, you can say, for the same role, there are a lot of students fighting for that vacancy, fighting to get the job. So to stand out among all the students, the projects will help you. Like, knowledge will be there, but to apply that knowledge and show it in a form of project is the best possible, you can say, way to स्टैंड आउट, मतलब अलग से दिखना, वो एक्स फैक्टर जो भी आपके आईपीएल में आया भी है, इम्पैक्ट प्लेयर. So you will be having this impact player in your resume. Is it clear? Is it clear? Sir, for placement, how many projects should we have so that top companies will hire us? See, 2 projects are good enough. 2 projects decent hote hain. If you are having 2 projects, very like decent, one of them will be based on DSA. No need to make more than 2 projects. If there is only 1 project, still it is good enough. कोई दिक्कत नहीं है. Like maybe I can show you my resume. मेरा resume देखना चाहोगे? Maybe do you want to just check my resume out? Okay, 2 मिनट रुको, फिर मैं अपना resume खोल लेता हूँ. You can get an idea from the resume that how the resume actually should look like. Okay, is it visible? Is it visible? Yes. एक जने को नहीं हो रहा, बाकी सबको हो रहा है. देखो भाई, जोश कम नहीं होना चाहिए. यही दिक्कत होती है कि हाँ भाई पढ़ना है, पढ़ेंगे, लेकिन जब बताते हैं क्या पढ़ना है तो चलो भाई हम तो सर्टिफिकेट लेने आए थे. वो नहीं होना चाहिए. यू शुड नो व्हाट टू लर्न एंड यू शुड स्टार्ट विद दैट. ऐसा नहीं है बस सुन लिया और काम खत्म. यू शुड इम्प्लीमेंट दैट, बिकॉज listening Sandeep Maheshwari on every day will not help you. Implementing that motivation, converting that motivation into useful work will help you. संदीप माहेश्वरी क्या था नाम, क्या है उसका नाम भी भूल गया मैं. माहेश्वरी है ना कास्ट, सरनेम जो भी है. Anyways, so first of all you should basically show your all the, you can say, work experience. That is whatever your internships you have done, whatever your, you can say, maybe the work experience you have in software development. Apart from that, देखो personal projects in Lendan. Like what is this Lendan? This is the application which I made on myself based on splitwise application. Splitwise के ऊपर बनाई है. And second application is a simple weather report application, जो simple weather का data उठाती है, print कर देती है. Like it shows in a beautiful manner. Both are these based on Flutter application, or you can say Flutter tool, Flutter framework, which is a मोबाइल एप्लीकेशन डेवलपमेंट फ्रेमवर्क. सो ओनली 2 projects, 2 ही प्रोजेक्ट्स हैं, ज्यादा कोई भरा नहीं है मैंने प्रोजेक्ट से. बट स्टिल हैविंग 2 projects I was able to crack a company like Salesforce. Maybe some of you might know about Salesforce. So if you are having only 2 projects and you are able to crack a top product based company, I don't think more than 2 projects will be required. And अगर प्रोजेक्ट्स कम है, like if you have only 1 project, then you should compensate that with respect to the coding, with respect to the lead code problem solved, with respect to the GFG problem solved, HackerRank problem solved. So ज्यादा से ज्यादा problem solve करोगे, दिखाओगे कि भाई I have solved 200 problems, I have solved 300 problems, I have solved 400 problems. I know all these concepts very good. I know Java programming language. I know the Spring Boot framework backend. So it will impact, obviously. होगा इसका impact. ऐसा तो है नहीं that one student who has only done Java, the student who only knows about patterns or how to print in Java, and the other student who knows about Spring Boot also, both will be equal. No, the student who knows Spring Boot, who knows backend, will be better. He will be having more weightage. So इस तरह का resume आप बना सकते हो. Like this is a resume based out of Novo resume, but you can make any you can say drag and drop website. You can use any drag and drop website to make a resume on your own. Novo resume is a website, or I guess और भी होती हैं websites. Resume builder is a website. So there are 2-3 websites which you can use. मैंने Novo resume use किया. Canva is a website. Yes. Anyways, so anything else? Anything else? Anyone wants to ask? Sir, my target is to crack MNC companies like Facebook, Amazon, Microsoft, Netflix, okay, FAANG. So in general, so how to apply there for job in 4th year off campus? See, if you want to apply for these types of companies, currently you should wait because they have for now paused the hiring for freshers. So for now you should put your efforts on upskilling. You should now put your efforts on learning data structures, learning algorithms, learning some web development frameworks, or learning Spring Boot. And once these companies open up their job openings, put up their job openings for freshers, you can apply them. So you have to wait at least for like from today, you have to wait from for 2 to 3 months at least for now. Mega week. What about TCS company? I am not sure whether TCS is hiring currently or not, but whether it is a service based company, TCS, Infosys, Wipro, whether it is a product based company, whether it is a startup, any kind of company, whether it is a fintech company, like कुछ लोगों ने सुना होगा fintech, Goldman Sachs or maybe JP Morgan, Morgan Stanley, whether these types of companies, or whether Atlassian or any other kind of company, all these companies have a basic interview on DSA. So TCS भी ले लो तो भी DSA करना पड़ेगा, या फिर आप अगर बड़ी से बड़ी कंपनी में, गूगल बहुत लोगों का ड्रीम होगा, इफ यू आर like aiming for Google, still you will have to do DSA. You cannot basically skip DSA. That is the main point. सर DSA नहीं कर पाए, लास्ट सेमेस्टर में हूँ, अब क्या करना चाहिए सर? फ्रॉम योर साइड प्लीज गाइड सर, आई एम वेरी डिमोटिवेटेड. सी, DSA नहीं कर पाए लास्ट सेमेस्टर में, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है. It is never too late to start. Start from today. Do the Java programming basics. It will take you 1 month to do Java basics. If you know Java basics, so you can directly start with DSA. It will hardly take you 3 to 4 months of DSA. And till the time you will graduate, you will be having a good amount of practice in DSA. Like you will be having 300 problems or 400 problems on DSA in 3 months. So take a daily target or a weekly target. I will be solving 10 problems. I will be solving 5 problems in this week, 10 problems in this week, 2 problems today, 3 problems today. And slowly and slowly, you will see that you are covering all the topics. भाई छोटे छोटे टारगेट लो, एक एक दिन का लो टारगेट, कि 2 प्रॉब्लम्स करनी है आज. आज तो कुछ भी हो जाए, चाहे भाई की शादी हो, लेकिन उससे पहले 2 प्रॉब्लम करके जाऊंगा. So then only you will be able to like properly complete the entire course, complete the entire DSA in 4 months, like till the time you graduate. Sir, is DSA important for data science? Yes, Saurav, DSA is required for every field, whether it is mobile development, whether it is data science, whether it is machine learning, AI, anything. You require DSA. You require at least the basics, at least arrays, at least strings, hash map, priority queue. At least you should know about these basic data structures. हाँ, एडवांस उतना ज्यादा ना आता हो कोई दिक्कत नहीं. Like even if you do not know about dynamic programming, if you do not know about graphs, like graphs तो आने चाहिए data science में, but if you know about the basic stuff, then you are good to go for data science, but you should know the basics. Is there any course for beginner and intermediate level and ability to solve problems? In which sense you are asking, Nagendra? Sir, how to improve speed to solve problems? Speed तो एक ही चीज से आती है. Only one way is there to improve the speed of solving problems. That is a practice. The more you practice, the better will be the speed. Like if you solve at least 5 problems or maybe 10 problems each week, the 100th problem you will be having, you will be able to solve in 15 minutes. जो 100th problem होगी वो आप आराम से 15 से 20 मिनट में solve कर लोगे. Is there any course for the beginner and intermediate level? Yes, there is a course for beginner and intermediate level, like you can say the full stack web development course at Geekster. It will be starting from beginners only, like from scratch only. So you will be taught the Java programming basics. Then you will be taught the data structures, algorithms, the basic one, which I told. And then you will be going to the intermediate one. So the full stack web development course or the second course, which is also available, both of them will be starting from scratch. So you are not expected to have anything as a prerequisite. Only one thing is having like in the prerequisite, which is a good internet connection. अच्छा internet हो तो और कुछ दिक्कत नहीं है, और laptop होना चाहिए. You should have a like a device where you can practice coding. Which programming language requires only one or more than for any company? You should require only one programming language knowledge, be it Java, be it C++, preferably Java. सर किसी कंपनी में प्लेसमेंट हो जाता है, देन वो फॉरेन किस स्किल्स पे भेजते हैं फॉर लार्ज प्रोजेक्ट्स? फॉरेन स्किल, फॉरेन जाना है क्या? अगर किसी कंपनी में प्लेसमेंट हो जाता है, सो यू विल बी working in India or you will be working outside India based on the same tech stack. Like for different companies, tech stacks are different. If I'm taking example of Salesforce, so in Salesforce there are various teams. One team is on automation, one team is on DevOps, one team is on mobile development, one team is on CRM, customer relationship management, one team is on, you can say, the front end or back end development. So there are various teams in various locations. Like I personally is working in the DevOps team, or you can say the monitoring team in Hyderabad, and that Hyderabad team is coordinating with the US team, which is also working on the same tech stack. So it is not like foreign भेजेंगे तो कुछ और काम करवाएंगे. No, in India or in, you can say, in any of the foreign companies, there will be similar you can say skills which will be required, whether it is development or whether it is the data structures or algorithms. Which platform provides basic DSA questions to practice? One is Lead Code, one is Geeks for Geeks, one is HackerRank. Like these are the most, you can say, famous ones. Preferably use Lead Code and HackerRank. Is it free? You can check out the courses. Like I have already told Nagendra, the free courses also, and about the courses which you can join by enrolling. So both I have shared with you. You can check out the free resources on learn.geekster.in and the proper structured courses on the main website, the geekster.in website. And don't worry, you will be getting the certificate. Jo certificates keh rahe hain, see, the knowledge which you are getting is more important than a certificate, but you will be getting a certificate if you want to apply it. Anyway, want to show it on your LinkedIn, so you can show that certificate on LinkedIn. Sir, I have learned Python and I have read somewhere that interviewer will be throwing you out if I have learned DSA with Python. Is it true? No, it is not true, Saurav. If you have learned the DSA with Python, no problem. You have learned DSA. That is the main point. They will not throw you out. कहाँ से खबरें आती हैं? How many lead code problems to solve to get a good profile, Harish? It is not like there is a specific count you should do, but you should cover all the topics, all the varieties of problems. If you are able to cover all the varieties of problems, be it easy, be it medium, be it hard, and all the topics, tag, queue, linked list, array, string, DP, graph, if it is done in 150 problems, still it is good. If it takes you 600 problems, still it is good. So it depends. Like at least what I can say is at least you should have 300 problems solved in different topics. Sir, top MNCs LinkedIn से hire करती हैं ये freshers को? Yes, top companies also put up their openings. Like companies will not put up the openings. Usually it is put up by the, you can say, the hiring managers, or it is unofficial openings on LinkedIn, and that openings will redirect you to the official website where the openings will actually be. So LinkedIn पे सिर्फ वो links आते हैं जो कि आपको redirect करते हैं, but actually openings उनके career portal पे ही आएगी. And actually the career portal, maybe Workday, like there is a famous career portal Workday, there is also Indeed, like all these portals, actual opening is put up. LinkedIn will just redirect you. Sir, how to maintain a LinkedIn profile which looks good? For that, maybe we can take another session someday later on like Avighat Srivastav. I have took a LinkedIn profile building session earlier also, but I will be happy to take one more session. How many of you will be interested on taking such a session? Resume building plus a LinkedIn profile building session. Maybe you can go through my LinkedIn profile to get an idea that how you can make a decent looking, like I must not say, I should not brag about myself. I should not say it is the best, but it should be decent looking. It should have all the columns filled, the technical skills, the background, the educational background, you can say the working experience, headline is the most important point in LinkedIn. So सारी चीजें होती हैं जो एक एक करके डिस्कस करते हैं. Benefit of recommendation on LinkedIn, you will be having, if you are having a recommendation from a person who is highly skilled, so it will be easy for you to get basically searched by some hiring recruiter. If hiring recruiter will be searching the candidates for a particular role, and if your like resume, if your profile have a recommendation, endorsement from a like good enough or highly skilled person, then your profile will rank up, थोड़ी profile ऊपर आ जाएगी. Okay. Sir, basically resume shortlisted किस basis पे होता है company में for our selection. See, when we are talking about resume getting shortlisted, what do you think? चलो ये अच्छी चीज पूछी. What do you think? Is resume getting selected in every company based on manual selection or is it automatic? Like is it automated based on some softwares? क्या लगता है? क्या ये जो resume shortlisting होती है क्या ये automated होती है, कोई सॉफ्टवेयर करता है या कोई इंसान बैठकर छांटता है जैसे पहले होता था? It must be automated, yes. And those softwares are known as ATS, application tracking softwares. So various companies, major product based companies have this ATS, application tracking softwares, which they use to search the keywords in the resume. They will search for keyword data structures. They will search for the keyword algorithms. They will search for keyword Java, Spring Boot, or maybe the BTech. Like BTech, it is not that much required, but at least coding, they will search. Like these type of keywords, they will have like whatever keywords they are having in their JD, job description, they will be putting up in the, you can say the ATS. And all the resumes, all the applicants will be fed up. Like all the, you can say the resumes will be getting input into the ATS, and all the resumes which will match the skills, which will match the keywords, will be shortlisted. So it is not a manual process. Usually it is an automated process. So your resume should have all the keywords which they are looking for. If you are having a keyword DSA, which they are looking, and if you have other required keywords also, then your resume will get shortlisted. If your resume will not have the keyword DSA, and if they are looking for DSA, then obviously it will get removed, it will get rejected. So वहां पे भी मतलब गेम हो जाती है कि भाई आता तो था, अच्छे से आता था डीएसए, बट रिज्यूमे में मेंशन ही नहीं करा डीएसए. रिज्यूमे में मैंने मेंशन कर दिया सिर्फ जावा. अब वो समझ ही नहीं पाया. मतलब मेरे को तो लगा था कि भाई मेरे को तो कोई भी कंपनी सिलेक्ट कर लेगी, बट like none of the companies getting like I am not getting shortlisted in any of the companies. So it is sometimes due to software also. मतलब कभी कभार आपको सॉफ्टवेयर भी रिजेक्ट कर सकता है. So sir, at last conclusion यही है that we have to use keywords. Yes, you have to properly mention all the keywords which are required in the job description of the company. And usually job description of the company will be having scalable, available, coding, programming, data structure, algorithm, all of these keywords. Requirements पढ़ोगे ना जब job description में, तो जो भी keyword आएंगे वो अपने resume में डाल दो उठाकर. Okay. Learn.geekster.in. Let me just share the link in the chat. Learn.geekster.in, not geeks.in. I've shared in the chat. Okay. Anything else? Who wants to ask? Anything else? Anyone wants to ask? Sir, DSA कैसे improve करें? खुद से क्वेश्चंस बनते ही नहीं, मींस सेम ही प्रॉब्लम बनाते हैं, खुद से नहीं बनती. न्यू प्रॉब्लम क्या करना चाहिए? देखो, डीएसए खुद से सॉल्व करने के लिए एक ही तरीका है. लीड कोड पर जाओ, जो भी टॉपिक आपने पढ़ा हो उस टॉपिक को अच्छे से इजी, फिर मीडियम, फिर हार्ड क्वेश्चन सॉल्व करो. एंड इफ यू आर गेटिंग स्टक इन एनी ऑफ द प्रॉब्लम्स, देन ट्राई टू ओपन अप tutorial, a video tutorial, or maybe an article of that question. Then only you will be able to master DSA in each of the topics. Just pick each topic at a time. Do not pick any random question list. ऐसा नहीं है कि भाई किसी भी पोर्टल पे चले गए, random question उठा लिए और solve करने बैठ गए. No, pick a one topic, maybe array. Solve all the questions on arrays, at least 20 problems on arrays. Then go to linked list, solve 20 problems on linked list. Go to priority queue, solve 20 problems on priority queue, and so on. इस तरह से. Sir, is it required to learn both Java core and advanced? Not to be honest, but if you know at least the core Java, even if you do not know advanced Java and you are doing web development in one stack, it is good enough. Like if you are doing Spring Boot, then it will be required that you should know advanced Java. But if you are doing only DSA in Java, then advanced Java is not required. Sir, ठीक है, ये वाला क्लियर कर दिया मैंने. आई एम अ BCA स्टूडेंट. इज इट डिफिकल्ट टू फाइंड जॉब इफ आई एम नॉट फ्रॉम दैट बैच? See, whether you are from BCA, whether you are from MCA, whether you are from BSc, MSc, whether you are not from computer science degree, whether you are from mechanical, electrical, it does not matter. Only thing required is you should have the skills in the resume. The course, like in today's, you can say in today's time, the companies are not looking for the degrees, they are looking for the skills. And if you have the skills, and if you have better skills than a student who is having a BTech degree, then obviously they will prefer you and not the guy who is from BTech. So do not just worry that I am doing BCA, so I will not be having jobs. You will have jobs, but you have to first upskill yourself. First, you have to learn all the topics required. Kindly share your LinkedIn profile. Does CGPA matter? To the some extent, CGPA matters, but if you have 7, 8 CGPA, still it will be good. Like there is no need to have a CGPA as 9 or 10 or something. At least 8, then it is good enough. Like no one will stop you. At least big product-based companies will not stop you if you have 7 CGPA or 8 CGPA. Like अगर 6 से कम चली जाती हैं तो कुछ कुछ दिक्कतें आने लग जाएंगी. Like maybe in 10 companies, maybe 8 companies will be allowing you to sit, or maybe 5 companies will be allowing you to sit if you are having less CGPA. But like for bigger picture, it will not matter that much. What is actual skills required for data science? See, for data science, you can request another masterclass, Harsh, to be honest, because I am not that much into data science as such now. Like I do not know that much things which are required for data science, so I will not be the right person to answer that. You can request for a masterclass on data science, and surely someone who is having experience on data science will be taking up that session. सर फुल स्टैक वेब डेवलपमेंट के लिए बैकएंड जावा में कर सकते हैं ना, और MySQL एज डेटाबेस? हाँ, यस, you can choose a SQL database, you can choose a NoSQL database also, and you can choose web development framework, the backend framework as Spring Boot. Sir, by your mind, starting of our job is a starting with the startup company. It's good or not? Starting of your job is a starting with a startup company. Yes, you can start with a startup company. Like if I talk about myself, I started with startups, the edtech startups only. And based on that edtech startup, based on Geeks for Geeks, web coding, Geekster, I am having a job at Salesforce also. So you can start with startups, not necessarily the edtech, but you can start with the tech startups also. And after having 1 year of experience, 2 years of experience, 6 months of experience, you can switch to a better company. You can switch to a big product-based company also. एंगुलर और टाइपस्क्रिप्ट किस तरह से हेल्प करता है? सी एंगुलर और टाइपस्क्रिप्ट, यू कैन से मोर सॉर्ट ऑफ अ option है, like you can take it as a front end option if you do not want to learn about like the React framework, then you can choose Angular. But it is like once you know any one particular framework, you will again easily be able to change any, like switch to any other framework, be it Angular or be it the TypeScript. TypeScript is more sort of a you can say bonus added on top of JavaScript. So you can do Angular, but better will be to choose a framework which is having more job opportunities, and that is in Spring Boot, that is in MoonStack, according to me. Sir, which language to choose? ठीक है, I guess मैंने बहुत सारे doubts ले लिए हैं. So should we end this? Should we end this at this point? Do you want the certificates? How was the today's session? How was the today's session? कुछ नया सीखने को मिला? Have you guys learned anything new? कुछ मोटिवेशन मिली कि स्टार्ट करेंगे, हाँ भाई डीएसए पढ़ना है? ठीक है. So some of you are already enrolled. I can see some of the names which I am familiar with, and some of you are like about to start DSA. So those who are about to start DSA, I just wish all the best. That please go all the, you can say, steps which are required step by step. And if you are going through all the required steps, you will be easily able to crack a job. You will easily be able to land your dream company also. It is just that if you are willing to put effort, then no one can stop you. If you're not willing to put efforts, if you are just basically saying that I need motivation, that's it, then I will be watching the IPL, the entire IPL, then uh, trust me, no one will be able to help you. Sir, where will I get the certificate in this webinar? Where will I get the certificate? That will be shared, but just after the end of the session. Like you will be having, you will be required to fill a form, and after filling the form, you will be getting the certificate most probably on your mail or something. Please share the PDF link. Yes, I will be sharing the PDF link. Uh, like where you will be getting the certificate, you will be getting the PDF also. Don't worry about PDF. I am not from IIT Sharf Chaube. I am from Delhi Technological University, DTU. It is a college in Delhi. Okay. Imtiaz, like along with the certificate, you will also be having the notes. Don't worry about notes. Notes भी share कर दूंगा.